Hello, hello, beautiful people. I hope you are all doing well. I'm going to wait for a second for people to kind of funnel in. I know that there's, oh shoot, I didn't silence my phone. I'm sorry. Hold on. Getting that done right now. This live is about this beautiful, beautiful little boy. His name is Codi Bigsby. His father reported him missing around 9:03 a.m. wearing all black clothing and Spider-Man flip-flops. He was missing since January, that's a typo, 31st, from Hampton, Virginia. He is 4 years old. He is male. His race is black, hair color black, eye color black. His height is 4 foot. I find it really interesting that I cannot find a weight on him, an accurate one. So he's a sweet, sweet baby boy, and he needs to be found. I'm going to share with you a couple of clips of media. This is an updated timeline of events. Wait, why is that not unmuting? That's why.
Welcome back. Today we are getting new details about the search efforts for Codi Bigsby.
A News 3 reporter, Penny Commit, details the timeline of Codi's disappearance.
We're going on day 5 in the search to find little Codi Bigsby, a milestone. And Hampton police say that they're still hoping to find Codi alive. But with each passing day, that becomes more and more difficult. So let me bring you up to speed on how we got here. The story starts back in December of last year, on the 13th. Court documents show Codi Bigsby admitted to leaving his 4 children, all under the age of 5, home alone for hours. Those documents also show he did the same thing on January 25th. Then this past Monday, January 31st, is when he reported Codi missing at 9 in the morning. Corey said his son had been missing since 2 a.m. But on Tuesday, Hampton police say the dad's timeline didn't add up. Tuesday night is also when crews began searching the Hampton steam plant, which was later determined inconclusive. Police also deployed an FBI helicopter and drones and asked for the public's help. But on Wednesday, they asked for the public's help in a different way. In a press conference, police declared Codi's dad the main person of interest in their investigation, asking the community for any info on where he shops, eats, and who he's friends with. A grim reality started sinking in on Wednesday when dive teams and cadaver dogs were sent out. but they returned with nothing. And intensity really started ramping up on Thursday. We saw the most traffic at the command center than we'd seen all week, with police handing now includes Cody's dad on it and extends the timeline for information all the way back to Christmas. And just past noon, forensic units started taking evidence out of Cody's home. And by 7 p.m., we learned Corey Bigsby had been arrested, charged with 7 counts of felony child neglect. And that brings us into today, Friday. Corey Bigsby has been arraigned on those charges, with Hampton Police Chief Mark Talbot saying he finds it hard to believe Cody wandered off in the middle of the night on his own. From Hampton, Penny Commit, News 3.
And News 3 has comprehensive coverage on this case, from the first alert that went out to the very latest on the search efforts going on right now, including a very compelling interview with Cody's aunt. You'll find it right now on WTKR.com.
Hi, Luna Mia. I just want to get the word out there for as much as possible. Earlier today, well, let me read this to you first. The father of a 4-year-old boy reported missing earlier this week was arrested on 7 counts of felony child neglect. Corey Bigsby, who's 43, was booked into Hampton City Jail about 7 p.m. A local law enforcement source said the charges pertain to the missing boy, as well as 3 other siblings living in the home. The investigation into Cody's disappearance is still very active, police said. This is not the conclusion of the investigative process. We will continue to do everything in our power to find Cody, the Hampton police spokesman, Sergeant Reggie Williams, said. We have covered a tremendous amount of ground, spoken to hundreds of citizens, and followed every possible lead. Our search efforts to find Cody will continue throughout the rest of the weekend. Today, Hampton Police did a complete coverage, or a complete press conference for this. I'm going to share that with you right now. They are passionate. They want to find this baby. So here it goes. Oh, wait, hold on.
Mark Talbot, I'm the police chief for the Hampton Police Division. I'd like to echo Sergeant Williams' comments, thank our partner agencies, thank the public for all of their support. Without them, we would not have been able to travel as far as we've been able to travel in this investigation at this point. This is easily one of the most comprehensive investigations that I've been a part of, and it will continue to be. I would just like to remind everybody, we are all assembled here on behalf of 4-year-old Cody Bigsby. Cody Bigsby was reported missing by his father on January 31st at about 9 o'clock in the morning. Mr. Corey Bigsby, who is a 43-year-old male, called 911 and reported that his 4-year-old son, Cody, was missing. Mr. Bigsby reported that his son was missing from his home on Rentalette Drive here in the city of Hampton. The Hampton Police Division responded, including our patrol division and our detective bureau as well. We immediately began searching inside and outside of the residence. Following our search of the residence and search of the surrounding area, we immediately contacted our partner agencies and deployed as many resources as we possibly could on that first day. That has continued up until today. While we were searching, Mr. Bigsby and his children were transported to our detective bureau to help us with the investigation. Mr. Bigsby, ultimately, through the investigation that we conducted, was arrested and charged with 7 counts of felony child neglect. This was based on his report of leaving his children home alone. He reported that he left home alone his 5-year-old, his 4-year-old, and his 2-year-old twins. This was reported to have occurred on numerous occasions. He reported that it was too much of a burden to bring his kids along with him. Our investigation is not over. It will not end with that arrest. In fact, in some ways, our investigation is going to start and become more intense now. Our partners, in particular, our partners with the FBI, have provided us with an extensive amount of forensic data for us to review and process and follow up on. That will take an extended period of time. We have many interviews to conduct. We still have areas to search, and we have many leads to follow. We will not stop here with this arrest. With that, do you have any questions?
Hey, Chief, you had said, well, I'm trying to find out, can you say when the last time that Codi, when was the last time Codi was actually seen by someone outside of his father or family? And I say that in part because the court records indicate that on January 25th, one of the charges pertained to leaving him alone.
Hey, am I choppy, y'all? I go live and then all of a sudden my Wi-Fi wants to be stupid. I responded you. I thought I did. Did it not go through? I'm checking, Mandy. Because I love you, my babe. It didn't. I got a giant freaking exclamation point. Okay. So it's not choppy? Okay. I'll resend it, Mandy.
Outside of his father for that, what is the evidence that you have? When was the last time you tried?
I obviously won't speak to the evidence that we have specifically. We are still investigating the last time that Codi was seen alive and well by anyone. So if there's anybody out there that might be able to help us with that, we would like to know. The charges that speak to the events that occurred on January 25th are based on what we've done up until this point in the investigation.
Being that there is an alert issue, would Hampton Police Department be willing to stand behind the Codi alert that would alert the citizens in a local area of a kid going missing, even if it just starts locally and expands from there? Would the Hampton Police Department support something like that?
I'd like to continue to focus on Codi Bigsby as the primary focus right now. At some point moving forward, I think there will be a lot of time to evaluate whether or not we do the right thing to keep all kids safe. I will say Amber Alert is a great tool. It was created in 1996. In 2022, we're all connected. I don't think that we had any difficulty getting the word out about this missing child. And to this day, we're not having any difficulty with that.
Y'all, I just have to say, Rick, I love this police chief because he is all about keeping the focus on baby Cody. And he refuses to even engage in any of the drama and BS. And I think it's awesome.
Chief, one of the biggest questions that people are having in the community is where is Cody's mother? Is she being questioned? What can you tell us to kind of put some of these questions that folks have to bed as to why she's not out here scouring and searching for her son as well?
I appreciate everybody who's concerned and has those type of questions. I think we should all have questions when a 4-year-old child goes missing. We know where his mother is. We've spoken to her, and she has answered our questions.
Is there someone else that could be involved in the disappearance of Cody that you're looking into that maybe worked with him? Is that a possibility that you're looking into?
We've found no evidence to support someone else involved.
Chief, yeah, let's go to my class. I have a quick question. Are you guys looking outside of the state of Virginia, maybe to some areas where you see a component or your focus is just into Virginia?
Certainly, we're interested in any information that would lead someone to believe he's outside of the city of Hampton or the state of Virginia. We're certainly interested in that. Again, we have no information or facts or reasonable belief that that's the case.
Don't say no to Virginia also. I don't know.
Is that a question?
No, obviously not.
Okay.
Chief, is it still, Chief, is it still your belief that Cody Bigsby can be found alive? Do you still believe that 5 days after he was reported missing?
I will tell you that we are continuing to search and hope that we can bring Cody Bigsby home. With each day that passes, we become more and more concerned, and we lose a little bit more hope. Obviously, the longer we go, the more tragic it feels.
Chief, is there any reason y'all was doing searches at Harris Teeter's today? And what about Starbucks and what about the other?
Yes, where we search, we have a reason to search.
Chief, is there any evidence that you found that Child Protective Services has intervened in, Cody Bigsby's family or followed up? Like, I know that there's a.
It would be inappropriate for me to answer that question.
Chief, there's a lot of.
Only allow 50 citizens a day to assist, and was that be a regular practice and not let more than there were hundreds of people that wanted to help, and they were turned away from helping. So is that going to be a regular occurrence for your organization? There's only 50 citizens allowed to assist.
We encouraged the public participation. We had a tremendous amount.
Mandy, it froze because I was talking and forgot that I was muted. I was just going to say that there's about to be a lot of misdirection here and things that, in my opinion, solely my opinion, don't have anything to do with the missing baby boy.
And we continue to get a tremendous amount of support from the public. We asked for a specific number of citizens to help us on a particular day. We didn't want to extend our resources beyond what we could handle. The public is always welcome to go out, check their yards, check their trash cans, check areas that they may know, recheck what you know that we did. We are certainly not sitting in some space where we want to prevent people from helping. But we got a significant amount of public support, which we appreciate.
Chief, according Or you basically still cooperating and answering your questions at this time?
He is in a jail cell right now.
Chief, why was it so hard on yesterday for his lawyer to get into the jail and speak with his, with the father? Why was the lawyer denied access on yesterday to speak to his father?
Thank you. Mr. Bigsby is a 43-year-old man who's had a full career in the Army. He retired from a position of authority. He seems to be quite intelligent. He seems to be quite capable. And part of his capabilities seems to be understanding his rights. At no time did he request to see an attorney. Had he made such a request, we would have honored that request.
Do you know, did the children have like a regular babysitter? Who were they in contact with? Where are the other kids now?
We are not aware of a babysitter.
Where are the other children?
They're safe and thriving.
A few days ago, you said abduction was just not what the evidence was pointing to. An abduction usually some kind of violent act. Is there a chance he was handed off to a family member and a family member took that, or would you put that under the umbrella of abduction?
There's no evidence that he was handed off to a family member. I will say I've known a few 4-year-olds in my life. I don't know any who decide at any hour of the morning when it's dark to leave their home. I don't know any that do that.
And I'm just going to say, as a mom, there's no 4-year-old that I'm aware of that far north. I mean, it's cold, guys. There was snow on the ground. So he's going to leave in flip-flops without a coat in the middle of the night by himself? Does that make any sense to anybody? I'm seriously asking. If it does, please let me know. I have a very rambunctious, almost 10-year-old that can be unpredictable. Period. She can. But that does not make any sense, period, at all, in my opinion. Okay, hold on. Let me continue.
I don't believe that that's what happened this time either.
Chief, allegedly, they say he was not here. Y'all said on news multiple times. He was here voluntarily. It's alleged that he was not here voluntarily. Who was stay here for 4 days and the child missing? Was he held against his will or in custody?
Next question, please.
So yes or no?
Was he held against his
I,
will?
I,
Yes
I,
or no?
I think I.
And y'all, this is where this starts to go off the rails, in my opinion. They're trying to make this like he's being railroaded. I don't believe he is. I don't know. I wasn't there. But at the end of the day, I'm going to trust the fact that law enforcement is following what they need to do by the book, because I have no reason not to believe that.
I answered. I think
You didn't answer.
I'll repeat my response. I'll repeat my response from earlier. Mr. Bigsby is a 43-year-old man with a full career in the United States
Was he
Army.
here voluntarily?
I'm going to finish my response, miss.
Was he
I'm
here
gonna finish my
voluntarily? It's a
response.
yes or no answer, sir.
He was a capable man who had
Still have
every
answer the question.
opportunity to ask for an attorney. He did not make such a request.
That was
If he
not the
would have
question.
made that request, we would have
That was
honored it.
not the question.
We have his family here. Can we hear from his family? Can we hear from his
Question,
family?
please.
We have his family here. Can we hear from his family? He was held against his will.
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question?
Was the charges of neglect related prior Would they have come about if this little boy had not gone missing?
I cannot answer that question. That would be speculation.
When it comes to the search over the next few days, is VDEM, is anybody pulling out resources or it's still going full force? Do we have enough resources to keep going full force?
We will continue to investigate all the leads that we have available and search the areas where we need to search.
All agencies still helping if they can?
Yes, the agencies that have been helping have agreed to continue to help.
Chief, do you have reason to believe that Codi Bigsby is alive?
Now, this breaks my heart, but I get it. I mean, oh, good Lord, this mic is so sensitive. This breaks my heart because I get it. You always want to have hope, but it definitely gets frustrating at times and hard because we know I need water. Sorry. We know this statistics. I mean, it's not good at this stage.
Each day, it becomes harder and harder to believe that Codi Bigsby is alive and well.
Can you say when the last time his mother spoke to Cody?
No, I cannot say.
Do you know when the last time?
I do not know.
Has she been asked that question?
It would be inappropriate for me to answer that question.
Chief, I don't know if you can answer this. So when Corey contacted y'all that his son was missing, had he returned from one of these situations where he had left the children at home, came home, and Cody was missing, or can you not comment on that?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Hey, Chief, for the record, some people, regardless of the educational background, still are not aware that they have the right to an attorney. So that being said, did he at any time was notified that he could have an attorney, or if someone's family hires a lawyer to go see their client, isn't it permissible for the attorney to go see that person? Or that
Sir, again, for everybody, I'm here for a 4-year-old child. I'm here for a 4-year-old child. His father was made aware of his rights. His father was absolutely made aware of his rights.
Amen.
We will continue to do everything possible to find his son's or his child that is permissible and appropriate. We've never taken a step that was impermissible or inappropriate.
Chief, can I ask you, I know 2 days ago at a press conference, you said you do not believe that Cody may have gone missing when the 2 a.m. time that was originally put out. Can you say with confidence now that is not when he went missing?
What I said is that the facts that we had didn't match up with what we were being told in a number of cases. So we simply need to investigate more to determine when exactly he went missing.
Chief, for the record, we all are here for the child, but we all are here to also make sure y'all follow the laws that has been constituted. So everybody is required to have.
And this is where it goes off the rails. And I would love to know what those details are so that we know what he is referring to. And of course, they're not going to tell us that. I get it. It's an active, ongoing investigation.
A fair trial. And we're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until we prove our innocence.
Chief, do you feel like there's a disconnect between the disconnect between the community, law enforcement, and city officials? Because the citizens still haven't heard anything from the mayor. We still haven't heard anything from city council, and you're the chief of police and the city manager. These are who the city looks up to, and a lot of the community feels like there wasn't as much of a sense 4-year-old, you keep mentioning, as there should be. We feel as if there was stronger local leadership, this CNN, Fox News, and every other outlet to try to find this 4-year-old that we have been tirelessly searching for the last 4 days voluntarily. So do you feel as if there's a disconnect between law enforcement, city officials, and the community?
No.
And y'all, seriously? This man has been out in front of the press pretty much tirelessly, right? Why on earth is anybody questioning their dedication in what they're trying to do? And the entire time this is going on, he is constantly going back to Codi, keeping that focus on Codi and not the drama BS. Now, the next clip does raise some questions. Don't get me wrong. But no, you don't get to do that, in my opinion.
No. We've been supported completely. We've been supported by the mayor, the city manager, the assistant city manager, by other agencies. Fire chief is standing up here with us. We've had a significant amount of support. I am the police chief. This is my responsibility to lead this investigation.
He is taking full responsibility. What else do you want?
I've had everything that I've needed to lead this investigation. There is no disconnect. I will take one more question. I will take one more question. Yes, ma'am.
You asked for the public's help in putting together a timeline of the last days before Cody's last scene. Has that been helpful? Have you been able to put together a timeline of his father's whereabouts and what he was doing?
We have a timeline that we're working on that still needs work. It's a work in progress. Thank you so much. Thank you.
If we could please ask the family questions. The family is here. So we would like to get both sides.
So there is that. And there's a lot of political stuff going on. Oh, hold on. Stop sharing. There is a lot of political stuff going on in the background, which, in my opinion, never mind. You don't need my opinion. I think it's unnecessary. And I think it's kind of just sad to try to politicize this. There are some questions being asked, and I guess it's fair to ask the questions to some extent. I don't know. I think that they have pulled all the stops out to try to find this baby. Let me play y'all the next little bit of media. Ay. Sorry. I'm sorry, y'all.
Developing now in the search for missing 4-year-old Codi Bigsby.
After his father, Corey Bigsby, confessed to leaving his children alone on 2 occasions, police arrested him on 7 child neglect charges. None of those incidents, we're told, are connected to Codi's disappearance. Corey Bigsby faced a judge this morning. We're told he said that the children were, quote, too much of a burden to take him out with him.
Police say the search for missing 4-year-old Codi Bigsby is shifting into an intelligence phase. Although police said Bigsby was talking to them voluntarily for days, his lawyer is telling a different story. Allison Basil is live in Hampton to tell us more about that and the investigation.
Search operation headquarters was centered here by the Bigsby's home over the last few days, but today crews took all of that away. Despite that fact, Hampton Police Chief Mark Talbot says the investigation is intensifying as crews continue to search for 4-year-old Codi Bigsby. A Spider-Man doll sits in front of Codi Bigsby's home. After 5 days of search and rescue efforts, there is still no trace of the little boy.
With each day that passes, we become more and more concerned, and we lose a little bit more hope.
Crews packed up the command center Friday and say their search for Codi is going to have a more evidence and intelligence-based focus now.
The FBI have provided us an extensive amount of forensic data for us to review. We have many interviews to conduct. We still have areas to search.
Prior to the arrest of Codi's father on unrelated neglect charges, police said Codi Bigsby was at police headquarters answering questions voluntarily. Jeffrey Ambrose, the lawyer representing Bigsby, says Bigsby's family retained him Thursday. Ambrose says when he went to meet with Bigsby, police wouldn't let him. Ambrose told us when he finally met with Bigsby Friday, Bigsby said he wasn't at headquarters voluntarily.
When I go see my clients, I anticipate and expect to be able to see them, and that I was rebuffed by the Hampton Police Division while they had my clients in custody is very concerning.
During a news conference Friday, Chief Talbot.
And if that is the case, that is very concerning. Because at the end of the day, if this father is responsible, I want him to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But I have no reason to believe that they weren't acting appropriately, in my opinion.
Talbot said Bigsby never asked for a lawyer and understood his rights.
He seems to be quite intelligent. He seems to be quite capable. And part of his capabilities seems to be understanding his rights. At no time did he request to see an attorney. Had he made such a request, we would have honored that request.
And we just heard back from the public information officer for the Hampton Police. They say they stand by everything the chief said at his noon press conference. Live in Hampton, Allison Basil, 13 News Now.
And we'll have much more from Bigsby's attorney coming up tonight on 13 News Now at 11. And Hampton police still need help from the community. Police want to know if you have seen the Bigsby family in the last few weeks, or if you have a camera that could have captured surveillance video in the area. If you can help, dial 1-800-CALL-FBI or pull out your phone and open your camera and scan that QR code that you see right there on the left side of your screen. And that link will take you to a website with more information about Codi Bigsby.
Oh my goodness, y'all. Are y'all still there? The couple of people? Oh my gosh. No, I kicked myself out of my own stream. But anyway, this baby boy needs to be found. I think I have so many thoughts, but who knows? I mean, could he have wandered off? Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. Let's just go back to putting his info back out there. Period. He's a missing baby boy, and it's cold, and nobody knows where he's at. He seriously, why can't I find anything? At this point, he is 4 years old. He is 3 foot tall. His weight is unknown. He has black hair and black eyes. He is African American. He was reportedly by the father last seen wearing a black shirt and black pants and Spider-Man flip-flops in that cold. Regardless, let's just say a prayer that we can find this baby boy safe. That's all I've got. I love y'all. Good night, sweet dreams, and stay safe, y'all.